There's the new TV. There's the computer and the new printer. A Canon i560. There's Barry getting ready to shear his sheep for Cindy. There's quite a lot of this stuff is furniture from Grandma's house. They're down in the behind the couch there. You can see a whole stack of Grandma's furniture where it's warehoused here. Now these are Mary's new curtains that she got. And there's the kitchen area. Here's some of the pictures.
Long legs here, and watch out camera, watch out camera. Oh, there we go. You're alright, Kevin. And yes, he likes long walks on the beach, he likes sun tanning. As you can see, he's gone quite... Yeah.
Here's my old room. And there's my bed. It's pretty crowded in here at the moment. Bookcase. And that's my little weeper remnant. You're looking beautiful this morning, Liz.
Thank you, Richard.
Let's get a close-up of your face. Language, Liz.
I don't know if you'll be able to film it, Richard. Because I didn't bring my gum.
What do I have to do?
You probably have to go and draft off one or two.
I've never been allowed to be in control of the game.
Well, now you can get up.
There's Edie patting Oscar.
Because I didn't bring my gum.
You're a good girl now.
There's Oscar. He was just chasing the dog away.
You put your foot down there, all right.
There's the sheep going up into the wool shed. And they're getting taken into a smaller pen. This is the grinder, and Barry is sharpening the comb. Now this is a hand piece. The comb is being fitted into the handpiece by unscrewing those things. Being tightened up with a screwdriver. You can see the smaller comb there, that's the one for the top.
It's a cutter.
It's called the cutter. And it's being fitted on the top.
And the combs the wool and the cutter snips it off.
See the sliding motion there?
These days at all.
Now he's fitting the comb handpiece into the stem. See the motor spinning up there? When he pulls the twine, it engages the gear. See, it's disengaged now. Now he's selecting the sheep. It's actually a lamb. Drags it out. There it is, the victim. And it lays quite placidly down there. Picks it up, pulls. This is Liz and she's scraping the wool away. It's called the rousey job. Wool handler.
Now, it had dropped down the porthole, it dropped down there.
Okay.
You see, I finished, but we're just putting back in on his brothers and friends.
Normally he would go down there, but in this case he's going back in with the other sheep which haven't been shorn. Here's the wool that was left over, and this little pile that Cindy's standing on is the lower grade wool, the underbelly. So it's not very much wool, but it's only a lamb. This is around 1 kilo of wool. So the kilo of wool is worth about $3 to the farmer.
Not very much.
Not very much, according to Barry. There's a dead bird, and next to it is a moccasin, and that's another moccasin. That's typically what the shearers wear when they're shearing.
The man comes and has a trailer.
These calves are only, some of them are only a day or two old. The mothers are quite protective, so we're staying at a bit of distance. That one there is the youngest, I would say. It's only a few days old. It's barely got its feet.
Which one is the youngest? The one on the left?
There's the old hanger. It's past its best days and looks like it's about ready to be falling over. Barry still uses it to store hay. And there's the old fertilizer storage unit down there.
Well, these ones are not brewed here, these are brought in. Ah. The others are brewed here.
This is a seed planting machine towed behind a tractor. It could have been used for planting swedes or turnips or lucerne. The seed goes in the top here and gets planted down below. Here is an even older seed planting machine which is dilapidated. There's the old aircraft hangar which is now used to store hay. This is inside the hangar or barn, and you can see Edie and Cully playing in the hay bales. They're round and very large. There's the roof. It's nearing the end of its life. When I was a young lad, we used to come over here and see gliders and aeroplanes in it briefly.
Wow.
When the Rotorua Taupo Glider Club owned it. There's Cully and Edie looking at the cows, or the steers. Here's an old farm trailer, and there's Oscar, and he's not at all scared of Darky the dog. Look at that, Oscar's chasing the dog away. This is an example of an off-road truck. You can see the enormous four sets of wheels behind the driver's wheels. These trucks are so large they're not allowed on the road. Here's the driver, and he's just said that this truck is 600 horsepower and the wood alone is 90 tonne or more. And here's the track or road that they go. These, I think, head up to Kaingaroa. Hey Leighton.
How's it?
Here's Leighton, and he's been driving his Mack Titan, imported from America. We're now at the Deveral Thomas residence, 307 Settlers Road, and Deveral has just opened the gate and the cows are walking up to the shed. There's quite a few here, I'll get the exact number. There's Deveral, my schoolmate.
Has your parents ever been out here?
No, not yet. They want to. Maybe next time.
There's Cindy, pulling it off, bit of trouble there. Cross to the other one.
I remember working on the radio that day, and I went home with the radio with the team to go and show us that. So we get home, and we were home, after that day. So I went home, I was exhausted. Went out to give her a hug, and you know what he did? Right, I was running my home.
That's it.
Good job, Cindy, wow.
The top is here for 3 years ago. Like cola, water goes in one out. It goes in here and it comes out here. It's cold here. Well, not cold anyway. So, and then the chiller units are out there, and they refrigerate the water down to 40 degrees.
Terry, the sun.
Thanks. We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, well, we'll be finished between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. So.
Alright, cool.
Okay. Here's the shed, milking cow shed they call it, and there's 330 Friesian cows, which are like Holsteins in the US. This is Reparar College, where I went to high school or secondary school. Those are the grounds where rugby was played, soccer, hockey. There's the tennis courts in the foreground, and in the background there are the classrooms.
Very nice.
This was my home classroom. That courtyard is kind of new. This is the Form 7 common room, which is like a student lounge. This is the school pool, and that's the new gymnasium. This is the marae. And that used to be where Ron Thompson, one of our teachers, used to live. This is the Woolshed Tavern, and this is an old we're tourists, yeah. That's Michael Platt, Steinlager, Lion Red, and they serve Tui beer. Here's the picture on the wall, and it shows some sheep being shorn. Here's Cindy at Lake Rotorua looking at the swans. She's never seen black swans before. There's a float plane over there which takes tourists, and that is Makoya Island, where the legend of Hinemoa and Tutankhamun takes place, and there's some hot springs there. There's the complete panorama, and there's Maria, Barry and Cindy. This is Tiarawaka Tawa, the canoe of the Ta'araha people who migrated from Hawaii a long time ago.
Oh, you sound like David Bellamy, Richard.
Yeah, just a chicken.
They've got the one that they do.
This is Rainbow and Fairy Springs, and these are New Zealand rainbow trout. They're around 3 kilograms each, and they're fed in this tourist place. These are the fry or baby trout. This is the silver fern. There's a small native bird. That's the New Zealand tui.
Oh, damn.
And that's the pigeon. Kereru. Largest pigeon in the world. See the large parrot.
We've got a lot of black swans.
Those lovely iridescent.
See those little black ducks there? They're a native thing in New Zealand. They're diving ducks. They can dive underwater about 8 to 10 feet. Stay there for up to a year.
And she was frightened because she knew that would come off when she trapped at it. They use their wings as one of their beaks, don't they?
This is the native eel.
This is Richard in front of a native species called moa, which is now extinct.
This is the Australian emu, a relative of the moa. This was 24 pounds or 11 kilos, the largest trout at this area. Here's the underwater enclosure, and there's actually 4 different species of trout in here. Not sure if you can make this out, but this is the kiwi enclosure, and there's actually a kiwi out there.
We did it the other day. I had to hold my arms down. Oh.
Disqualified. One, two, three. Big sheep have done this before. Now for the last obstacle, no catching here. Most artists, the sheep are not allowed to go into a confined space. Soon as Ben places his hand on that gate, he cannot remove it. Positioning the sheep where he wants them. Here we have it. 1, 2, 3, and the key. Four sheep, pretty easy. 4,000, I'd be here all day. Show you how it works. Drench gun in the side of the mouth, quick squirt, down the throat until the belly starts working straight away. Now, did anyone out there have a bit of a sore stomach? Maybe had a bad breakfast. It's good stuff. Anyone like a shot? You want some? No, I'll put it down. Show you 1 or 2 things about our sheep. Now, you may have noticed as you've been travelling through New Zealand here, our sheep are pretty friendly. They may even give you a nice wave or a nice big smile. Now this may look silly, but it's not. This is what we call mouthing. Farmer may run his sheep into the yards once or twice a year, check the condition of his sheep's teeth. Also, he can tell the age of his sheep by counting their teeth. Now this girl's got 6 big teeth. Tells me she is 3 years old. 2 big teeth, 1 year old, 8 big teeth, or what we call a full mouth, at least 4 years old. They do not get any more after that, so the teeth start to wear down and they cannot reach the shorter grass. No teeth on top, just a big old hard gum, bit like my grandma. No teeth in the middle there, big gap to stick my finger through. Some big old molars down the back here to grind up all that grass. You may have noticed a piece missing on the ear. This is what we call an ear mark or a station mark. This is to identify our sheep from the neighbours they ever happen to get mixed up. Now this sheep here is a Romney sheep, most popular breed here in New Zealand. They're a good wool sheep and they're not bad on the barbecue either.
It's not the only breed of sheep we have here in New Zealand. Out the back on the ram stands, there's a few other breeds. Come down after the show, have a look at them, ask us any questions you might have.
Oh my god. Nathan, watch out.
We're looking pretty safe.
Thank you.
Back into the sheep industry now. There's over 40 million sheep here in New Zealand, and they all have to be shorn in a wool sheep that looks like this. This here beside me is the wool bag. This is where all the shorn wool goes after it comes off the sheep. When this is full, we press it into bales that can weigh up to 200 kgs each, like the ones the dogs are on now. Over here in the middle, we have our shearing machine, or stand. Down here, double-ended grinder. This keeps the combs, cutters nice and sharp. One catching peg, containing one very nervous woolly sheep. And our little sheepdog Tips can keep an eye on him. Chase is on the board, he's the sheephead. His job's to sort out all the wool.
As you can see, Ben has now got changed. He looks like a typical New Zealand shearer. The woolen singlet will keep his back warm when he's bent over for up to 8 or 9 hours a day. Double layer denim pants, stop any prickles or grease from getting through to his skin. On his feet he has some trendy moccasins. These will give him a good firm grip on the slippery shearing board.
This is the handpiece, business end of shearing. On the bottom we've got a 13-tooth comb. This slides through the wool, gathers it all up, so the 4-tooth cutter on top here can slide back and forward, snipping it off. Now the tips of this comb are very sharp, so I'll have to be really careful not to dig it in and cut the sheep when I'm shearing it, but I'll try my best not to. The trick is when you're shearing is to try and keep your sheep as relaxed as possible. He's nice and relaxed. We'll get him into position and get started. Now our shearers always start the same way. First by removing what we call the belly and pieces. The wool here is much shorter and more stained than the rest. It's anywhere from around $1.28 kilograms. Now let's the back leg into the main fibre. This is what we call our A-grade fleece. Quick haircut. Ready, straight. Now for the blind blow. The shearer does this part by feel alone. It's very easy to dig in and cut the sheep. Now it can take a shearer a good 2 to 3 years to fully master shearing. You have to learn how to hold the sheep using your legs. Using your hands free to pull away any wool or stretch out any skin. Line the sheep down. Now up the backbone. This tells the shearer he is over halfway. Put clean up around the face area. Moving on to the final side. Now our shearers call this the money side. Here in New Zealand our shearers are paid per sheep and not by the hour. All beans hard work will only earn themselves around $1.20 per sheep. Now this doesn't sound like very much. He can shear 300 to 400 sheep a day. It's not a bad living at all. There we have it, a nicely shorn sheep. He looks a little bit different now, doesn't he? What we have to do with him is get him straight outside in a paddock with lots of nice green grass in it. We'll eat that and warm up from the inside out. Within the next 24 hours, his skin will double in thickness to protect him from any rain or wind that we might have. But I think he's a bit embarrassed with his clothes on the floor. We'll put him away now. He'll be back in 6 months' time for another haircut. Peter's now going to hand you some of this wool around. And give you a handful of wool. You'll notice you can screw it up into the wool and it should bounce back. This wool is very coarse and durable, as 90% of it will end up in the carpet industry. Now if you rub it between your fingers, you'll feel a grease come off. This is a natural product in the sheep's wool called lanolin. Now lanolin is used in many cosmetics, moisturisers and baby products. New Zealand has the fastest shearers in the world. One man, Darren Ford, he shore 720 adult sheep in 1 9-hour day. Another guy, Rod Sutton, he shore 839 lambs in 1 9-hour day. That's 1 lamb every 38 seconds. And it's a lot of hard work. Thank you. Amatol is a milking shorthorn. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on. Business in. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to milk a cow. First of all, hand milking.
What I need is a bucket of warm water and some milking grease. Now the warm water will wash off any dirt or dust that may be on her teats. It also lets her know she is about to be milked. So hopefully she can let the milk out and that's all. All I need to do is make a circle with my fingers, squeeze and slide. I have 2 volunteers who have never milked a cow. Alright, how about you, honey? There we go. One lot of milk out.
Oh no, like.
Where you go there? Where you go? Well, that's the end of the show. Thank you all for coming. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you.
Now, Stuart, come on down, see the lambs, the rams, the bull, the cow. Ask us any questions.
This is Zorb Rotorua. The original Zorb started the revolution. Cindy and I have just done this. You start off up the top of the hill there in one of those big plastic balls and roll down. You get some warm water in with you. And there's the truck taking the people up to the top.
Sweet, man. Do you need to grab yourself a towel out of that red bucket over there? Can we get the action shot inside there?
Here's the inside. This is the Agridrome where they do farm shows. We're not actually going in, just looking around. This is Butcher's Pool. It's a natural thermal pool that used to just be a hole in the ground in my younger day, and now it's all nicely fenced off and partitioned. The water just bubbles up from below. It's a volcanic area. And there's a nice new sign here saying Butcher's Pool, and that it was gifted by a local community. This is the Vanna Mill. That's the debarker.
the operator where his stores are. And then he can line the timber up with the light to make sure he gets the best recovery out of these what we call flitches.
And that's the head rig.
So it's not very big in sawmilling terms, but
So 3 logging trucks of timber a day.
of logs.
Of logs,
Yeah,
sorry.
we take 3 trucking trailers a day.
Okay. How many tons is that?
Oh, about 90 tonne.
What happens to the sawdust? Is that collected here or something?
Yeah, at the moment we send it to a place that the hog fuel, so they burn it. The chip. So this is where we grade all the timber. Grade it, tap and prod it.
Timber grading here. 2x4s, 2x8s, I guess.
And the timber.
The chips go for pulp and paper.
Yeah.
We're now in the Vanna kiln, and this is the computer control. Now Rod is opening up a kiln here. It's about 100 degrees in there. And the timber is being dried out, something like 60% humidity.
So it's 15.8% moisture.
Oh, wow.
15.8% moisture in that there log.
So I know that that's actually probably pretty close.
Okay.
And what I was getting earlier today is further down in the charge here we've got some wet boards. So very, very difficult to get timber to all dry exactly the same. And the only way you can do that is to only use like all the timber cut out of my sawmill to let more hot water through or
That's
not.
the heat exchanger. And that's where the hot water comes in.
And then the humidity is controlled by vents on the roof, just letting more steam or moisture that's coming off and the drying either out or holding it in. And that maintains the humidity.
Makilo drying technology kiln.
Big giant heat exchangers with real big fans, huge big fans. And it drops down into the path of the airflow, which is sucking heat out of the heat exchangers.
Okay.
And then whips it up and it goes up and over into the first big cyclone.
Yep.
Drops down and falls into another big fan on this side here, sucking hot air in through the heat exchanger. And then through that one up into the next big cyclone and then drops out the bottom. And by that stage it should be dry.
Dry, okay, I get it now. It is quite simple.
It's called flash drying.
This is the steam that actually takes the hot water away. It's about 140 degrees Celsius when it comes. When it leaves, it's about 120. It actually empties out into the Waikato River. This is the old Lucerne factory in Reparoa. In the back you can see the cooling tower from the Ohakea geothermal electricity conversion unit. Here's the pigeons at Rod's house being chased by the dog. These are the lovely grounds that Tracy has made, and the vegetable garden over there. Here's Rod getting the barbecue ready, and we're looking out like land barons upon the Vanna mill and properties. Quite a nice view. Okay, we're at Alex's house and he is showing us his new train. He's filling it up with water after putting this little combustible...
Show the front of it. Show her the front of it.
Oh, that's the front there he's showing us. And there's the box. And there's the rest of Alex's room. Looking very tidy after Grandpa threw away all his excess toys. This is the fuel and its case ready to go in. That's what it looks like. It's a white tablet.
Oh, something's gone wrong.
And this is the oil.
It's gonna start up in a very...
Okay, go.
Oh, I need a lighter, Mum. They're much better than these. I can't start it up because I need a lighter to start it up. Dad, it's 20 matches.
Where I'm looking. Is this your little tent? You want to show us how you get in your tent, Alex? Very nice. There you, can you lie down straight and stretch out to have a good sleep? No, your legs are going to get wet. Your legs are getting rain on them.
Yeah, that's it. Put your hand off, Alex, it'll get hot.
Hey, Mushroom. That's Mushroom McGee. What a nice shot.
Just do it quick.
Okay,
She's getting angry.
that's okay.
Look, she's scratching me.
Okay, let her go. She wants to break it.
Alright, we've just got the steam engine going. You can see the
On full low power, say that.
on full low power, you can say it. And there's the flame down there. Good job, Alex.
Yeah, the
Look how much
coal one.
steam coming out.
15 times as fast as that. Okay, ready. This is Alex and Stanley on the trampoline. They've been having a bundle of fun. There's the tent where they slept last night.
That's my
And there's James and Gabriel's bus. There's a shot, and you can see the toilets in there. That's the road up, the driveway up to the road. There's a shot of their property down this hill and the ridge on the other side there. Native bush along the side here and back up to the house. There's their vegetable garden, my tent where I slept, Joe the dog, and the bus. There's the rental car I had.
Well, it comes out of the spring up there.
The
culvert is.
Okay.
And down this hose. And then we put that hose in the tank. in there to fill the tank up, and then start the pump and pump it up to the tank up by the road. Gravity feed from there.
Ah. This is what drives the pump, the generator. And there's James's 2-litre Subaru turbo car. This is the trailer that stores the trash. And here's the dog's bath. This is where Joe takes his bath. They've just planted some flax on the other side there. Here's where the water comes after coming out of the spring. It comes into these collection buckets where the middle water is filtered off down this pipe to the pump. So the spring where the water comes from is just there, and it runs down this little creek line under the road to the collection point we just saw. This house in the background is Cyril's. Now James bought this piece of property off of Cyril and his wife. Cyril's around 77 years old and he drives an MG, wears sunglasses. Yesterday there was a storm, and this is James's property, and this power line came down. It's quite surprising how thick the power line is, and these people have been, there's the line down there, they've been cutting away the trees and so on to get the power restored. So on the left is James's property. There's the ladder where the power people have been up to check on their lines, and there's their truck. And I think this is all still James's property. And across the road there, that's someone else's, and that's been logged of, I guess, radiata pine or something. Here's Alex, Stan and James, and we've just walked down to the creek. And there's the water flowing, and just up there is a little waterfall.
Can I look at the picture?
Yeah, later. And it's pretty thick native bush in here. This is the cleared area at the top of James's property. It's got a few trees up there. This site might be suitable for a house. There's Cyril's house in the background, James's truck, the bus, the bush, and there's where he's drying out a lot of his firewood. Now we walked beyond that firewood down on the creek line just now, and there's that nice view out to Pyro and around. This is Tahuna School, where Stan goes to, and he's in room 3. Who's your teacher, Stan? That's Lydia. He's going to take us to see his room.
What's this room?
Room 3?
That's the room you're in, isn't it?
Huh?
Is there your hat in there too? Which
Yeah.
one's your one? Have you got your name up there yet?
Yeah, t-shirt.
Whoa, good slide.
I can do the swings, what?
Well, there's Stanley. Look, he's swinging across the hoops. Wow, that's pretty clever. That is the New Zealand wood pigeon. It's a native pigeon. It's quite large. It's the largest pigeon there is, and it's also reserved, a protected species.
Whoa,
Good.
Go, Alex.
Look where I cracked it.
That's very good.
Wow.
This is Alex and Stanley playing in the sand pit, And there's a number of water rights issues here. Damming and so on. This is the rata tree behind James's house. It's an original growth. It's quite large. That's the wood pigeons hang out up there. There's the tent, and you can hear Alex and Stanley playing in the sandpit. And a few cabbages along the edge. There's the retaining wall, and down here is the new lawn which James just mowed yesterday. Here's Alex breaking the rocks on James's driveway. We're at the Glenbrook Vintage Railway, taking a tour. Here's young Alex, and we're halfway and the train is just turning around and hooking up to the back here. This is Alex's school. It's a relatively small school, just a few classrooms. And here's a shot of the street that it's on. It's like an old state housing type street in Iraqi. This is still the school that Alex goes to. His teacher is Karen Butler, Mrs. Butler as he calls her. I'll take a shot of this paper mache man.
Let's go next door.
Alex made that. This is where Alex plays. Alex plays a shepherd tonight. This is set in the little town of Everywhere. It features translations from many languages.
The town, not face, and their hopes for the coming year. 10 times they stop, 10 times they listen, and 10 times they move on. So begins another advent, as Christmas rolls down the centuries towards the town manger. Along the way, children sing and tell the ancient stories.
This was
What the mice saw.
Janine and Justine would be standing also.
All right, Alex, good job. All right, Alex, you're a good shepherd. Wow, I was impressed. How was it? Oh, come on.
Okay, we'll see.
Everything sat in the shop.
Oh, come on. Alex was a shepherd. Look at his neat uniform.
Alex was stupid.
What do you think Pop's gonna say when he hears you're a shepherd? He's a shepherd himself. He'll be very, very pleased, won't he?
Like the shepherd's nothing Catholic.
Some shepherds are Catholic. I'm staying in Lee and Stuart's house in Takapuna. Got an unobstructed view of Rangitoto Island. The house down in front there reportedly sold for 7.2 million. We're set one row back from the beach, and it really is a beautiful place. That's the 180 degrees. I'm going to do a bit of a walk through the house. There's the kitchen, the stairs, and that's the room I was in. This is the plot of Mary's father in Matamata Cemetery, also Mary's mother.